In this EDC video, I'm going to talk about a small survival kit. There's a saying in photography that the best camera is the one you have with you. It's the same for survival kits. It's great to have a big giant survival kit with everything you can possibly need, but if it's sitting at home, it's not doing you any good. This kit is small enough that if I'm wearing a pair of cargo pants or cargo shorts, I could drop this into a pocket. It's a little big for that, but it would fit maybe a jacket pocket. Certainly this could easily go in most of my camera bags or camera backpacks. I like to take pictures of waterfalls and rivers and mountains and things, so if I'm hiking off into the woods, it's a very good idea to have some kind of survival supplies with you. This has a label on it. You can see the small survival label on this. That's something I bought off of Amazon. There's a company on Amazon that will make these custom labels. I'll put a link below. I'll put links to everything here. Again, this is a Maxpedition mini pouch. I don't remember, one of these pouches did not come with the Velcro hook and loop on it. I think it's the micro, and my wife had to add it to that one for it. I think this one came with it on there, but I'm not positive. On the back here, we've got MOLLE attach points. You're not really going to hang this from a belt. It does have a kind of a carry loop. But you could MOLLE attach this, and again, it fits in larger pockets or backpacks, and then, you know, opens up kind of like a clamshell. Now, because of the size of this, we're going to have to compromise on a lot of the contents. You know, but that's sort of the fundamental nature here of making it small enough to be easy to carry. So if you look at survival situations, there's the rule of threes. You can go 3 hours without shelter, you can go 3 days without water, you can go 3 weeks without food. Not much in terms of shelter in here. We do have in the back here, this is a space blanket. So this is a sheet of Mylar that's aluminized. These reflect heat back at you. Most of your heat loss is typically going to be conduction, convection that this isn't really going to help with. I'm not a huge fan of these, but it's kind of what you can fit and compromise in this kit. It will protect you from water, it will protect you from wind. They are kind of fragile. I went camping a long time ago and my friend that was with me forgot to bring a sleeping bag, amazingly. And I had a space blanket and I gave it to him, and in the morning it was ripped to shreds. So you do have to be careful with them. The other thing on the shelter side of things is there's some bank line in here. Normally I'd like to carry paracord, but that's too big for a kit this size. This is very strong. This isn't going to break easily. You could use this to lash together some branches. You could use this on the corners of the space blanket to try to make a little bit of a shelter, something like that. So the second need is water. You can go 3 days without water. This is a HydraBlue survival straw. You drink from this end. This end is where the water goes in. This has a filter built into it that will block bacteria. It will take out, block Giardia, cytosporin, things like that that are very common causes of food or waterborne illness. So you've got that. The other option on the waterfront is there's a pouch right here. This is a water storage bag. It's actually quite a big bag. I think this is probably about 1 liter. And got some water purification tablets. So you could use this, scoop some water out of a stream or something, and purify it with the tablets. Now they don't taste great, but we do have 2 of these liquid IV packs. And these are strawberry flavored, and they make a electrolyte mixture. So they replace electrolytes on hot days if you're sweating a lot, to keep your electrolytes from getting depleted. That's actually very important. There's something called water poisoning. You can actually drink so much water on a hot day when you're sweating and lose all your electrolytes, and you can actually get sick and die because you unbalance the electrolytes in your body. On the food side of things, there's really not much in here. You know, this is really, I'm stuck overnight, keep me alive. But it does have a energy gel pack here if you needed a little extra boost to make it through the night. You know, this could keep you alive overnight. It could keep you alive for maybe a couple of days, but it's certainly not a longer-term survival solution. And again, it's just like, well, I got stuck on the trail, I fell and broke my leg, and I couldn't get help, so I needed something to keep me alive overnight. And you're not going to be super comfortable. It's not going to be like some giant survival kit, but you know, these things that are in here could be enough to make the difference in terms of keeping you alive. In terms of fire, the easy option is you pull out your Bic lighter. I want to mention here, you'll notice this is a Bic lighter. This is not just some off-brand disposable butane lighter. And that's because the Bic lighters are better built. And you know, if you take one of those off-brand lighters and you leave it in your jacket and run it through the dryer, it's probably going to explode in the dryer. And a Bic lighter typically won't. They're just better engineered and better made. So, you know, if your life depends on it, you know, get a good one. This is a Exotac. You just flick this and it makes sparks. And this is a little tinder pack, and between these you can get a fire going. And this gives you, you know, maybe the lighter runs out of fluid. This will spark for a really long time, and you can make your own tinder if you need to. You've got the tinder pack here. This is really cool because you can open or close this to various degrees to, you know, get a little bit of fire going with it. And then this is for, you extend this out and you put one end into the fire, you blow on the other end to kind of fan the fire. Over here we have a thermometer. Not really essential, but, you know, nice to know what's going on temperature-wise. We've got a signaling whistle. This is really important. If you're lost and you're trying to get found, it's much easier to blow this whistle. You can do it over and over for a very long time versus trying to yell. And then there's a tiny little photon micro flashlight here. You know, I carry a AAA flashlight on my keychain, so I typically would have that with me. But this gives me just another option. It's not a very big light, but you know, it's enough to see, like at night. You know, if you're trying to do something, you could maybe hike a little bit with it. It's not really bright enough for that, but you know, it gives you something. And again, if somebody was trying to find you at night too, you could use that to flash light at them and things like that. Little Fresnel lens, you could use this to help start a fire. And I need reading glasses to read anything, look at anything small. So this could fill in a pinch there. Normally I would like to have a Leatherman. They have a survival tool. I think it's the Signal. Too big for this kit. This has got a little awl. You know, you can make a hole in something and then use some of your bank line to sew it up. It's got a straight blade, nice straight blade. It has a very nice saw, so you could saw up small branches if you're making a fire, or you're trying to make stakes for a tent, any number of things. Got a can opener with a small screwdriver, and over on the other side here we have again, this is another tool that I need to lubricate because it doesn't want to open. I can't get it open. That's really not good. So, well, take my word for it. It's got a regular screwdriver. You know, I could, I'm sure if I work at this enough, I'll get it out. But, you know, this is, I guess, a little lesson learned for me here, which is that you got to exercise these tools. I haven't used this in a long time, and it's needs a little lubrication. It's really tightened up. Very small signaling mirror, just gives you something to flash light at people who are looking for you during the day. Got a little Sunto compass here. This is actually a liquid dampened compass. It's small, but it is a real compass. This would actually help you navigate. This is some gear tape. This is repair tape. You know, if you're out and you cut your jacket open and it's a down jacket and the down's leaking out, or water's getting in, or wind's getting through it, you know, you can use this to tape it up. You could use this to tape the bank line to the space blanket when you're making a shelter or something like that. Now this is not really intended to be a, comprehensive first aid kit by any means, but this is got a couple Band-Aids here, a little bit of gauze is kind of a boo-boo kit. For emergency medicine, what I like to carry, I've got 2 Imodium, because if you get severe diarrhea, you can become dehydrated, you can die from it even. I got some Benadryl in case you're having an allergic reaction to something. If it's an anaphylactic reaction, you're going to need an EpiPen, but at least this will help. And then there's 2 packs of Advil and 1 pack of extra strength Tylenol. If you have a severe injury, you can actually take 4 200 milligram ibuprofens or Advils for a total of 800 milligrams. And you can take at the same time 2 extra strength Tylenol, because they have completely different actions. And that will give you the strongest pain relief you can possibly get over the counter. Now, you got to make your own judgment as to whether you're willing to do that. That's not something that, your doctor's probably going to necessarily recommend, but it is something they talk about in some wilderness first aid books. And then a couple of hand sanitizers, especially with the, COVID going around and things like that. You need to clean your hands up. So that's the kit. I think this would, again, keep you alive at night. Overnight, it's a compromise for size. But, like cameras, the best camera is the one you have with you. The best survival kit's the one you have with you. If you like this, please like and subscribe. I will be doing more EDC videos. This is actually probably going to be the 3rd one that I post. So starting to build that up a little bit. And I'll put the links below. And again, they're not affiliate links. I don't make anything on them, just for your convenience. Thanks for watching.